What's up, bro? I wasn't planning to do a video right now. I was just reading through my goals. Yeah, I'll show you. So I have this page for goals. Maybe one day I'll do like a full video showing you exactly what I wrote down and everything. And this one page here has changed my life. But I've just been on holiday for a few days and I've come back. I'm looking at my goals and it doesn't really do the same thing for me. I feel like I've kind of slightly lost like the vision, the direction that I'm going into, which isn't like a big deal because I kind of have the experience and wisdom to know that within like an hour of just thinking about this, it will come back and I'll know, okay, this is the plan. And I was about to just do this by myself, but I was like, you may as well watch me do this because you might benefit from this. So it's very, very important that as a man, especially if you want to become more masculine, that you constantly, always have big, important goals that you work towards. That last sentence that I've just said is one of the most important that you'll ever hear me say. As a man, as a masculine man, it is of utmost importance that you always have big, important goals that you work towards. The masculine, I should do like a full video on masculine and feminine energy, because every time I speak to any person about masculine and feminine energy, they're always, their eyes light up and they'll be like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. Like you've just explained it in a way, especially when I talk to women about this as well. When I tell a woman what feminine energy really is, I literally see like a change in her face and she realizes she's almost been living like a brainwashed life, because women have been convinced to become more masculine, to give up their femininity, and that's such like a beautiful part of their natural instinct that they've been conditioned by, you know, society around us, that, you know, you should be a strong woman, you should do these things. Fair enough, do those things, be productive as a woman, but never give up like your natural energy, because when you feel like this energy, if you're a woman and you're naturally supposed to be feminine, but you've become more masculine because of society standards, or you're a man, you're naturally supposed to become you're naturally supposed to be masculine, but you've become more feminine because of society standards. It's like you feel gray inside. It's like it causes overthinking. In the book that I'm reading, it literally says that not living to your energy causes sickness. I'll do a full video on this, but in fact, I might just do that video right now and save this video for later. But it does link in with what I'm about to say, because what I'm trying to do right now for the next maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes is just reignite that vision inside of me for the reason why I'm doing all of this. And so I started reading these goals and I wasn't really feeling it. And, you know, I realized, okay, something's a little bit wrong. It's not like a big thing at all, because it happens like every couple of months. And I'm sure you can probably relate to this, where you feel somewhat directionless. You feel like you aren't completely like clear, straightforward. You know exactly what to do. You might be in one of those moods right now, and that's fantastic. But it is really important to just constantly just reignite that flame inside of yourself. So I have in front of me this journal that I've had for a year, and so I just read like the first sort of section of it, which I literally started a year ago. So Friday the 14th of May 2021. It's kind of awesome having a journal which is like so old, so I can kind of compare the things that I was working on. And then there's a new section in this journal that I've kind of wrote like motivational stuff on, so you can probably read that. You can maybe pause that if you want. And one of the things right at the bottom, this is when I first discovered First Man, the YouTuber First Man, and we've become like really, really good friends. I fucking love the guy, man. I literally like, I've got to tell him this. Like I tell him this quite often. I literally say to him like I'm grateful for him. I wrote him like letters of gratitude and everything. But man, discovering him from some guy who wrote about his channel on my live stream, and then watching his videos, and still now watching his videos for pretty much a year, and getting closer to him and everything, bro, it's been so valuable for me, because here's like a masculine, goal-striving man who really ignited that flame for me. And a quote of his, which I fucking love, which I wrote down on like this front page of my journal, is, "Men who think in decades are dangerous." The full quote is something like, most men think in days/weekends. More productive men think in weeks. You start to become more successful if you think in months. Like successful men think in years, something like that. But like a man who thinks in decades is dangerous. Have you got decade-long goals? Let's say you're 20 years old right now. Do you have a goal for when you're age 30? And don't bullshit yourself. Don't fucking lie. Have you got something wrote down? Don't fucking lie. Do you have something wrote down which says, by age 30, I will achieve X? I am not talking about daydreaming. I'm not talking about wishy-washy thinking like, oh, maybe I'll be a million. No, shut the fuck up. Numbers, deadlines, specific, like everything needs to be specific. Is it wrote down? You don't have a goal if it's not wrote down. You're daydreaming. Is it wrote down what you will have in 10 years from now? I put my shit over my wall, and this is my homepage. Like, literally, wasn't planning to show you this, right? This is do you see this, right? So if I close off Google Chrome right now and I open Google Chrome again, guess which page opens up automatically? The same fucking page, bro. Getting obsessed with my goals has been one of the greatest like arcs that I've felt in my self-improvement journey, honestly. A man who thinks in decades is dangerous. I just read that just then as I'm trying to like reignite this flame. Okay, this, have this clear vision, this direction. And straight away I knew, okay, this is the quote I need to focus on. I need to think in decades, maybe more than one. So I'm trying to think now, what is the vision for all this? What is it? Obviously, it's bigger than YouTube. It's bigger than these videos. What's the vision? When I close my eyes, I see good fathers. I see like strong masculine men, but who finally have that part of their character which previous generations of strong masculine men have lacked in. We look up to those strong masculine men of like the 1900s and the 1800s, the old school type of men. The one thing that they lacked in, they had so much discipline and purpose. They lacked one major thing. Can you guess what it is? Mental health. They were not educated on prioritizing their mental health, on being present and grateful. In fact, they were probably very grateful back then because religion was like a bigger thing, and by being religious, you're almost automatically grateful. But they did not know about things like depression, anxiety, and trauma, and most of those strong masculine men had all of those. That led to generations of trauma, because that strong masculine man who's physically strong, he's kind of scary, bro. When he has undiagnosed trauma, when he has anxiety, when he has problems with his family when he was growing up, well, when he has children, when he has a wife, he's probably going to be bringing those things up. He's probably going to be angry, aggressive towards his wife. He's probably going to be aggressive towards his children. We want to take the best parts of our heritage. We want to take the best parts of the men from our bloodline who were strong, who were disciplined. But we want to mix that with the things that we know are so utterly important these days because we have like the studies for it. We know that the things that like are the most important for just humans in general, what's the most important things? They are things like good sleep, sunlight, nature, social connections like friends, relationships, presence, kindness, gratitude. We know these things like through research now. So we want to be the men who are like fully just, what's the word? Like, we want to be the ultimate man. We want to be like Adonis. I have at the top of this work page, this work goals page, my big vision is to inspire my generation of young men to improve themselves, be more like Adonis, prioritize mental health, and be strong. Inspire them to help themselves from being down bad, start living good, productive lives, start spreading love and gratitude in their community. That's the vision. This is bigger than YouTube videos. Every time I do a meetup in real life, so I've just come back from Amsterdam and I did 2 meetups there, and I think both times around 50-ish people, which is more like almost double than what happened last time, about a month and a half ago when I was also in Amsterdam. But this time, both times, about 50, maybe 60, 70, so around that number of guys came out to see me. I spoke to some guys who were literally like 14 years old. They traveled like 2 hours to come see me with their family. Like literally their family were there with them. This one, I think 14, 15-year-old guy told me his father drove him. So I went to like handshake his father, said to him like, thank you for bringing your son. And That's when it all changes. Because when I landed in Amsterdam, so I flew my team out, it's like a team thing. Like, we've not met our video editors in person. So I flew my team out, I rented a penthouse, it was fucking sweet. And on one of the first, I think the first day, one of the video editors, Leon, he kind of said, like, I can't believe we're here when all we do is make memes. And I said to him, bro, wait till tomorrow. Wait till the meetup tomorrow and you'll realize that this is not just memes. Not to the boys who are watching this. This is not just videos. This may be one of the first times that as a young man, you have a role model that you can truly look up to, that you can truly relate to, that you feel is authentic. And it might be one of the first times that you've actually been given like a good sense of direction in life, which something clicks and you're like, wait, yeah, this is right. I should do these things. I know for a fact that this is right. It might be one of the first times that you felt like someone believed in you. Like someone, like when you watch my videos, it's very clear that I will not accept you at your worst. It's very clear that I will hold you to higher standards. And that's incredibly empowering, having someone else who like cares about you like that, having someone else, even if it's through like these pixels on the screen, it's like you do form a relationship with the content, like the content creator or the author or the publisher that you constantly consume. And it goes one huge step above that when you do sort of see them in real life. So I spoke to so many guys who were like, they were slightly panicking a bit and they were saying like, oh my God, this is like, they're really nervous meeting me and everything. And that's when it all changes, when you really see the real faces of the people who watch your videos, who listen to these words as I speak them. And it's to help men like that. So the guys who came to the meetup, most of them were already like quite significantly onto their self-improvement journey. They'd been watching my videos for months. They'd all been meditating, exercising, reading. And a lot of the guys did say like, oh, they don't really watch the main channel anymore. A couple of guys were saying it almost like a roast, like, oh yeah, the main channel's trash now. And it does make me feel bad when I hear that, because you don't want to hear like negative things about yourself, even if you're trying to, have humility and like destroy your ego. But I just constantly kept reminding myself, this is not the target audience anymore. The guys who come to my meetup, like most of them, of course, there were some guys who were like just brand new to self-improvement, but a lot of the guys were like, they had decent amount of muscle, they were being productive and everything. I kept on telling them when they would tell me like, oh Hamza, I don't like your main channel anymore. I would tell them, bro, like, watch the second channel. The second channel is for you now. That's where I get to talk unfiltered. I don't think about YouTube analytics or data or, all of this fucking shit. I just talk here as if it's just me and you having a deep conversation, because we don't usually get these, do we? We don't get like a deep, fulfilling conversation about something of like so much substance in real life. And that's what this channel is for. And one thing I'm going to do with this second channel is I'm going to do more of like the old school guides that I used to have. So on my main channel, I used to do like once per month, at the end of the month, I would do like a long 1 hour video, like a 1 hour specific guide on like a key area of life. And you probably even found my channel through one of those long videos, or maybe you found my channel through like the aesthetic body course, but like you probably have seen at least one of those like long videos. It's like an hour long on my main channel, and I'm going to do more of that. I realized I kind of just like forgot to do them because the main channel switched over to the edited small videos, and this channel's more just kind of like recording in my random ideas that come to my mind. But I did want to start making like more formal long guides. But that being said, the vision, the direction for the main channel for me, the main channel is everything, right? This channel is like, it's more valuable to a certain audience. The main channel is more valuable to a different audience. But the success of this second channel relies directly on the success of the main channel. Everything really relies on the main channel. That's why you're seeing changes on there. That's why I'm kind of like, even though I've heard kind of criticism for the changes, the editing's getting like too much and the thumbnails are too cartoonish, it's like I know the direction now. Because helping guys who are on self-improvement is nice. But getting guys who are down bad, getting guys who literally are Jeffrey to get onto self-improvement, bro, that's another whole ball game. That's the competition which I want to get into now. The guys who don't even know that self-improvement is like a thing. They're the type of guys who know like, oh yeah, like I should probably go to the gym, and like they go to the gym like a few times per year. They're the ones that I want to help now. They're the ones that I want to invite into the funnel. I want every young man, not just like the guys who are on self-improvement, but I want every young man to know about the choice of Jeffrey to Adonis. I want them to, when they make choices in their life, when they choose right now, it's 6, 7, 8 p.m. and they're like, oh, I've got 1 hour left. Should I play video games or should I go work out? Should I scroll on Instagram messaging bitches or should I go and read a productive book? I want every young man to know those terms, Jeffrey Adonis. I want them to know the decision between instant gratification and delayed gratification. That's the vision. You see how much intention I'm putting into these goals? I can't recommend enough that you do the same thing. That you take some time out of your day, you block out. So every single day after my morning routine, I block out 30 minutes to review my goals. And by reviewing my goals, I literally just sit here for like half an hour and just reread the same goals that I've read probably 100 times. I know exactly what my goals are, but I just kind of sit here, read it, and just kind of like think about it. And so today when I was doing this like review goals part of my timetable, I just kind of realized like, oh yeah, it's not really doing as much for me anymore. I've been away for a few days. I've been thinking about other things and everything. My mind's just been like elsewhere with a bunch of like different things that I've been working on. So I've kind of like just a little bit lost as much like drive and sight for what I'm trying to accomplish here. Just taking that half an hour out of my day has started this. It made me, okay, let me record it so the boys can watch this as well. So I'm looking at my goals right now. 1.5 million subscribers by the end of this year. 8 million subscribers by the end of next year. And that's for the main channel. But then we're also going to have 2 million subscribers on multiple language dubbed channels. So I'm also going to get my videos dubbed to different languages so that some guy who doesn't really even speak English, who's in like Spain or Portugal or Latvia, like just random ass countries, bro, I'm going to get it translated to multiple languages. And then that's also going to increase like our reach as well. And the big goal, which is literally just 3 years away, is a total of 100 million subscribers. 60 million on the main channel and then 40 million spread out over those language dubbed channels. That's for 2025, the end of 2025. That's the big goal. That goal right there is the reason why I'm not writing a book. It's the reason why I'm not doing podcasts. It's the reason why I'm not like doing much else. I'm literally just focused on the YouTube videos. So many guys keep asking me like, oh, will you write a book? I'll read it. And the thing is, yeah, like, bro, I know you'll read my book. I know if I write a book, I know it'll be like a decent level of success. I know that it will help and everything. But a book, a podcast, all of it is just a distraction from that big goal, 100 million subscribers total. That goal is what one of my best friends and my first video editor, Sam, said to me, where he heard me talk about that goal. He thought about it for a second. I thought he was going to say like, no, it's too high or something. He literally thought about it for a second. He went, that's the kind of goal you'd set. Let's do it. He said, that's a Hamza goal. The goals that I set are reasonably unreasonable. They are unreasonable, but they're kind of like reasonably unreasonable if you're a guy like me who will obsess and dedicate his life for them. That's what I want you to do. You don't realize, like, I want to make this separate video on masculine and feminine energy, because as soon as I break it down, bro, as soon as you hear me talk about it for like half an hour, something will click inside of you and you'll be like, what the fuck? I've been living my life so wrong recently. You'll think about all the guys that you know. You'll be like, why do they live such feminine lives? Like, they would be happier if they lived more masculine lives. And then you'll know how to do that. You'll think about the girls in your life, the girls in your class, your workplace, your family, your friends, the girl that you're dating. You'll be like, wait, why? Like, why are they so masculine? Like, why have they given up on their femininity? It's beautiful, man, honestly. On this page of this journal, I have the one goal that I set a while ago, which right here on my finger, which says 500,000 July 22. I wrote this exactly a year ago, or just under a year ago. I wrote this Monday, the 12th of July. So 1 year ago, I set the goal to hit 500K in July. That goal has like guided me through decisions. It's always been in my mind. I used to have it up on my wall as well. We're going to achieve this goal this month. A month early. so excited for the future, man. I needed to take some time today, like this morning, to just kind of like sit around and just talk about my vision and stuff, because I think it's so important to just constantly just bring it back up to you. Okay, not only what is the goal, what are you trying to achieve, but why? What's the purpose of this? That's equally as important. We have a video coming out on the main channel where I talk about where we are the first generation of men with no purpose, which is a very interesting thing. Think about it. We are literally the first generation of men with no clear purpose, no defined goals. Every generation before us had very clear defined goals for their men, especially the young men. You'd be sent to the army, you'd be sent to like help the kingdom, you'd be a blacksmith like your father, you would be a farmer like your father. Now, there's no clear goal for us. You can be anything you want. You don't have a purpose. Go navigate life. And I think that is the reason why so many young men struggle in this modern day. I feel good, man. I feel really good just discussing this, talking about this, just reading these goals out again and just like seeing it again. It's that big one for me, 100 million. You also see how significant and big these goals are. I don't set like pussy goals. I've said this before. If you set goals which are like reasonable, which everyone thinks is reasonable, you'll probably quit, because what you've got to understand is that the rewards of a small, reasonable goal, they're not that motivational. So you could go and dedicate your life to the goal and maybe get like some kind of reward, which isn't even that significant. And so you'll probably just be like, who cares? This is what, when people join the gym and they have like these like modest goals of like, oh, I just want to lose a little bit of fat. I just want to tone up a little bit. I was like, bro, you're going to quit. You're never going to get into consistent training if that's your little goal. That's your like little dick goal of like, oh, I just want to lose a little bit of weight. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. You want to get into the gym? Picture your 10 out of 10 body. To picture the best physique that you could ever have. That is your goal. The amount of people I speak to who have these like small ass goals where like they don't even consider what they truly want because they think it's like it's arrogant or it's not humble or something, and so they just adopt this like little pathetic goal of like, oh, I just want to look a little bit better, or oh, I just want to make like $1,000 a month. Shut the fuck up, because you're not going to put in like 6 months of work in like some business if your goal is to make like $1,000 or $2,000 a month. You're not going to do it, bro. Whatever goal you've set, it should be so significant that you should be thinking like, wait, if I really fucking achieve this, my life would change forever. When you set goals like that, that is when you actually feel like you can dedicate your life to them. That's when you feel like, okay, I don't feel bad about not doing this pleasurable activity because I'm focused on my goal, because it's worth it. If your goal is just like, oh, I just want to lose a little bit of fat, well, then when you are tempted by some junk food, you're going to eat it because the reward, the result, the reward of staying true to your goal wasn't that great anyway. When your goal was just like, oh, like one of my first entrepreneurship goals were just £500 a month. And so like I would go easy on myself. I wouldn't like work that hard because yeah, like £500 a month is kind of nice, but it's like, come on, bro. It's not that motivational. You're not going to make the hard choices. You're not going to wake up early. You're not going to like, be productive all day and everything when you realize that the reward of all this is like £500 a month. You got to set some big ass goals, man. 100 million subscribers in 3 years. 60 million on the main channel, 40 million on the language dubbed channels. Yeah, man. Give me a kiss, bro.